There feels like it's and see, I'm gonna hiccup. Feels like it's migrating to the throat. Eyes are watering too, guys. All right, we're gonna weigh our golden Primotalii and look at how gorgeous that pod looks. So let's turn on our scale. Make sure we're zeroed out. We are in grams. Let's check this out. We are looking like 13 grams. And you know what? One thing with this pod, okay, if you look at it, try to get it in a good shady spot so you guys can see. But it almost has like a greenish hue on the one side, and then it's almost two-toned. It has a golden color on the other. Very gorgeous looking pod. I love it. This is the third time I've had the golden Primotalii. We were fortunate enough to have one last year, and then I just did a gusher with one. And if you guys are wondering about these pods, these came from Wally Mart, good old Scorpions, and look at how unripe they are. The whole rack was like that. So stay tuned to the end. We'll try one of these guys out. Okay, everybody, so there is the golden Primotalii, and would you look at that? Just amazing. We are going to keep this on camera. I am going to cut it open and show you all. And, you know, by no means does Di have rights to the seeds here, but it is her pod. And out of respect to Di, I am going to cut it open, but everything is going to stay on frame. And we are not going to touch any of the seeds. Everything's going in the belly. And again, Di, thank you very much for the golden Primotalii. Very excited. So let's get into it, guys. You know, first off and foremost, you know, I love the ridges on the pod. I love the pheno on it. It's just such a unique pod for me. Like, I love the Primotalii. And next year is kind of where I want to go growing. I did want to go growing Primos this year, but I don't know what happened. I had a tougher time germinating. But we're going to do a bit more research on germinating the Primotalii, and hopefully my whole crop next year will be Primataliis. Maybe even some chocolate ones too. So, but yeah, I just love the look of this Primotalii. You know, very, very good looking pepper. You know, the last one I had last year, it had like a sweet, not fruity, but like it was a sweet, almost like a mustardy sweet kind of flavor to it. And I don't think you would call it a mustard pod by any means. It does have like a slight fruity sweet taste, I found, for me. And yeah, I love the Primo. The heat too, when I did the gusher, you know. One other quick point I want to tell you guys before we cut this down the middle. When I did the gusher at Di's, I cut some of the placenta out, right? So I cut like a good chunk of the center of the placenta out to get the fish down in there. So pretty crazy, right? That shows you how hot Di's pods are. We're not cutting anything out of this one. We're eating it all. And the heat took a bit for it to affect the back of my throat. So we're going to give this one a bit of time too, okay? So let's just go. Let's just go. Let's just cut right down the middle, by. We don't need gloves. We ain't doing gloves. None of that nonsense. But there it is, guys. Look at that, man. Beautiful looking. And I could smell the pod as soon as you cut it open like that. But look at that. Beautiful placenta. You can kind of see where the oils get all trapped inside the inner wall of the pod. So, but there it goes. Like I said, no cuts from here on out. We are eating the whole pod. And, whew, I don't know if it would ripen any more to a golden color. Maybe it would, right? It smells so good. It does have like a fruity smell to it almost. Okay, guys, we are going. We are going. We are going, by. So like I said, thank you, Di and Van Dyke's Greenhouse out of Woodstock, for giving me this Primotalii. Let's do it. Savor the flavor, bud. Oh, yeah. Woo. Hot. This would be a great pepper for a hot sauce. Again, great flavor. You know, my tolerance is so low, it's harder for me this year to pick up on them flavors. I'm getting a ton of heat all over my tongue, roof of my mouth. Wow. Woo. This may make me hiccup again. Yeah. There we go, guys. We're done. I am getting a little sweet. Like, it's a little sweet fruitiness going on. And a ton of heat. Ton of heat for me. Oh. Oh. Wow. I think it got my eyes watering. Oh. It's down. Massive. It feels like the heat for me. All over the tongue, back of the tongue, roof of the mouth. On fire. Whew. Nose is running already. All at the roof of the mouth, at the roof of the back of the throat there. Feels like it's and see, I'm gonna hiccup. It feels like it's migrating to the throat. Eyes are watering too, guys. Wow. That is a fiery pod. I think that golden Primotalii from Dye this year is hotter than the one I had last year. I had a Quebec. Dye grows some fire, guys. Some fire pods. I got another one in the fridge. Nose is leaking good. I got another one in the fridge, the Orange Gator Jigsaw, or Zigzag. But I'm going to do that one too. Impressive heat. It's all at my throat now. All at the roof of the mouth, at the roof of the back of the throat, and the back of the throat. Whew. My mouth feels like it's salivating, starting to salivate pretty good. Eyes are watering. My heat's probably good 6, guys, 6 or 7 for that. Whew. That is hot. You know, I did the Primotalii down there. I did the gusher, and we shut everything off, the camera and stuff. I seen the hot dogs sitting there. I seen the hot dogs. I was like, oh my God. I had to shovel a dog in. All that bread I knew I could feel it in my belly. The heat. So I thought I'm going to shovel a dog in just to try to absorb some of that heat. And it did help. It did help. But my nose is dripping, guys. Nose is running. Eyes are watering. Usually it takes a lot for my eyes to water. Impressive pod from Van Dyke's. And we did the Orange Gator's Jigsaw. And only did a little tiny piece, and it lit my whole throat up. So that should be a little bit of a mess tomorrow. We'll get into that one. I might do that one after work, just because I'm trying to rebuild the tolerance, and eating pods is the best way. I reckon it to, like, I don't know if you guys seen Corey Feldman play the guitar recently. Okay, maybe not so good. I was gonna, but I want to build my tolerance back better. Maybe the Corey Feldman guitar isn't a good analogy, but he even had the mouth going, right? Whew. That's a good die. Wow, I gotta say, oh, I think my heat's starting to fade down a little bit, maybe to a 5. It's starting to come under control for me. Able to talk a bit more. I had that Corey Feldman joke all lined up and I couldn't barely talk there, but I think it's starting to kind of messed it up, but I think yeah, I think it's starting to fade back a bit, just a touch, not much. The heat is still all in the mouth good, but it's just starting to simmer a bit for me. Oh. So yeah, I'll do the Orange Gators jigsaw next, and that was the fuck. Sorry, I was gonna curse. That was the golden Primotalii. I feel like I gotta spit. My mouth is salivating that much, but I don't want to spit on camera in front of you guys, so it's kind of gross, right? But yeah, wow, impressive. You know, and that's the other thing I was going to touch on. Dodds. This video is a whole write-off. Dyes, not Dodds. Dyes pods are massive in comparison to mine. I think I got 1 or 2 plants over there that may be Primotalii, but my pods are, in comparison, like that. Like small. I don't know. I don't even know if I can eat one of these. I said I would though, didn't I? God damn. I tried. Woo. Of course, I forgot to get a thumbnail. I don't know. I should be cutting one of these open for sure. Coming from Wally Mart. Like, look at that. They got black spots. Libby's like, oh, they'll ripen. Put them up by the window. These are not going to ripen. There's no way. I don't even think if you put these in a brown paper bag in the best of conditions to ripen, they will not ripen. Very bitter. Very bitter flavor. Yeah. I don't know. Not the greatest. That's going to ruin my taste for what I got going on right now. Anyways, guys, that was the golden Primotalii and some green unripe scorpions from Walmart. Thank you all for watching. Cheers, bud.